Alright guys, just finished filling up the system with coolant and bleeding it properly with the screw. I want to give a quick shout out to subscriber Justin, who actually left like a step-by-step write-up on how to properly bleed these cars in one of the comment sections of one of the videos. It helped me out a ton. It gave me a really good idea of what the bleeder screw actually does, and I was finally able to do it, I believe, properly. We got the whole system filled up with GO5 hot stuff, like the proper coolant. It's riding right where it should. The heat's coming out nice and hot. Everything is looking great. The fans are turning on like they should. We're gonna take her out for a little spin tonight, but tomorrow this car goes in for an alignment and inspection, and I'm gonna have them check on a couple of the valve stems on the tires that have been leaking recently. But other than that, I think this car is ready for its new home. After staying warmed up for quite a while, no coolant bubbling. I made a mess on the floor though. This place is already a mess. I am freezing cold, but I would dare say that was successful. Hopefully the trip tomorrow goes good, inspection goes good. I still have the engine light on for the thermostat not being in the car, but the thermostat is in the car now, so I gotta figure something out, because if I clear the code now, it's going to clear the monitors and everything, and I don't wanna deal with that. I guess we shall see.
The next day.
Good morning, everybody. I am currently sitting outside of this place, and this is where I usually take my stuff if I need tires or inspection or like an alignment or anything like that. I'm waiting for Dad, because he's gonna, oh wait, there he is. I don't know if you guys can see him. Dad's pulling in with the DTS, and he's giving me a ride home, but I'm dropping this thing off to get aligned, inspected, get all the stuff done. They're also gonna look at a couple valve stems that have been leaking on this car just a little bit. Just get everything done, because the potential new owner is going to be coming to the shop tomorrow, so this should be interesting.
6.5 hours.
All right, boys, back a while later. I honestly completely forgot to bring my camera with me last time, or I would have filmed, but went ahead and picked the car up a couple hours later. The car is completely realigned. It feels amazing. It drives nice and straight. The valve stems that were leaking a little bit have been fixed. Also have a good inspection sticker in the car now. Everything checked out except for one little thing, which cost me an extra like almost $100, sadly, is this tire right here. I actually had to replace. This is a brand new Black Lion tire. The other side was in way better shape, but the tire that was on this side was worn really badly on the inside. I knew that. I knew they weren't like in the best shape, and you know, the new owner knew that as well, that they weren't the best in the front, but it did have really good tires in the rear that could be rotated. But they said that the inside of that tire was worn really badly to the point where there was almost cords showing, which I never saw and I didn't realize, but it doesn't surprise me because it was worn pretty unevenly. So I told them to just go ahead, throw a new one on, and then pass it for inspection. I wanted it to be perfect for the next owner anyways, because that's just how I do things. So they went ahead and took care of all that. Car drove amazing on the way home. I wish I thought to bring the camera because it would have been perfect, but there's a couple last little things we need to do. One is vacuum out the trunk, because I completely forgot to yesterday. Also, some of you guys commented on the video that I made about the differences between the convertible and the hatchback cruisers, and I mentioned in the video something about the seat not folding, or I couldn't figure out how to fold it, and a lot of you guys commented and said, bro, it does fold. And I was like, you guys are crazy. But it does indeed fold. It's actually all in the trunk though, which I didn't even think to look back here because I'm smart like that. But essentially, this little thing, it looks like an emergency trunk release, but what it is it releases the back of the seat from the back. You pull on this and it pulls through this cable, this mechanism right here, which holds on to like the back of the seat right here. So you pull on those two things back here, there's one there and one there. You can fold the seat backs down, and then you can reach down and grab this little tie, pull up on that, and pull up on the seat, and that releases the seat from this mechanism from down there, and that makes it fold up. And there's a little strap on the side here that you can simply clip onto these, which I said they had no use, but they actually do have a use in these cars, which is to hold the seat up in case for some reason you bought something a little too big and you want to fit it in here somehow. That's how you can do it. It's kind of disgusting back there, so we're gonna go ahead and clean it out. Alright guys, fast forward a little bit later, we got the interior all done. Everything is cleaned out and looking good. Just gotta throw the floor mats in. One last thing that I forgot to do was give it an oil change. I've had some synthetic blend oil laying around that I've been meaning to throw in it, along with a filter. But before that, I completely forgot I had a new oil pressure sensor for it, and you can see I already pulled the old one out. It kept throwing an oil light every once in a while. Very, very common issue for these to go bad. You can see this one is pretty crusty. It's got some rust on it, and I went ahead and pulled it out on my own time. I got our new one right here. I'm gonna go ahead and throw in. All we gotta do is throw our oil in and we should be good to go. For everybody who wonders, I use castor oil, GTX. I use high mileage and the higher mileage cruisers. I use this stuff basically in the NAs. So I used it in the old Flip Cruiser. I'm gonna use it in this. I use it in the daily as well. Only the PTGT do I run with Mobile One full synthetic because that car goes through a little bit more, but that's what I'm gonna be throwing in here along with a Napa filter, and we should be good to go.
Ooh, boys, you see that green connector way up in there? That little thing is the oil pressure sensor switch, like way up in there. It's a pain to get at, but the new one is installed, and we're good to go. I am so sick of being underneath this car. I'm getting out of here.
Fast forward again to the next day, you can see Project Vert is not here, and that is because the potential new owners actually are taking it out for a test drive right now. Hoping that that goes well and that it treats them well. The car drove amazing on the way home from getting it aligned and everything and inspected yesterday, so we shall see. But I told them to go ahead and take it for a nice long test drive. What I should be doing is getting a haircut today, but you know what, I'm too lazy for that. But first, I guess we just gotta wait and see and hope everything goes well with the test drive. Guys, it is so incredibly windy out. Well guys, it's been like 20-30 minutes since the last clip that I filmed. The people came back, and unfortunately I didn't film anything. I was planning to set my camera up on the car, just kind of get a view of everything going on, but I completely forgot, honestly, and it turns out that my parents actually knew the people that were looking at the car and ended up talking to them. It was really nice. We ended up talking for a while. Well, guys, I am sad to inform you that it's sold. I didn't expect it. I expected the paperwork to all get done Monday and them to come back, but they were like, you know what? We got here to pay you. You know, we were ready to go. We love the car. I said, all right, I got the title inside. I'll print up the bill of sales, and we did it right then and there. And they took it home. So I didn't unfortunately get a last little clip with Project Vert like I had hoped, and I'm kind of sad about that, honestly. Kind of like I did with the previous project when they came picked it up. I got a video of them leaving with it, but it's gone. It's gone, guys. Project Vert is officially over. It's done. That car gave me gray hairs for a long time because of the issues it had that I didn't expect and not knowing what to do, and it ended up being so simple. I ended up learning so much from that car. I learned, like, I can't even begin to express how much I learned from that project, and I'm so incredibly thankful for it. I'm so incredibly thankful that it ended as well as it did too, that it went to as good of a home as it did. The people that bought it, they retire and go to Florida every winter season. So that car is going to be parked all winter. It is going to stay a cream puff now, which I'm like so happy for. It's gonna be taken such good care of. I love seeing cars go to a good home, and you know, that's what really impresses me the most, especially after all the time and love that I put into them. You know, obviously I'm in it to make money, but at the same time, you know, it's an emotional connection for me because I'm weird like that. So I couldn't be happier. But you know what, guys, I think it's time that we cue the montage, and let's talk about the stuff I know you guys are interested in hearing before the end of this video. Guys, it is finally here.
It's a beat bass flow.
Alright boys, I know this is the part of the video you guys have been waiting for. I hope you enjoyed the montage, but let's get right into it. In case you guys aren't familiar with this whole thing that I have going on here, basically as of the beginning of 2020, I started doing what I like to call flip projects. First car I did, I called it Project Flip Cruiser. I bought a 2006, I believe, PT Cruiser. Had some issues. I got a really good deal on it. I fixed everything, got it cleaned up, made a bunch of videos on it as well. And the whole point of it was that I was going to try to sell it and make a profit and kind of take you guys along with that part of it. And my end goal in doing this is to be able to have like a small dealership with a dealer's license and everything on top of what we do here on the channel. Between the two, we'll have some pretty good stuff going for us, and then we can continue to grow from there. That's been my plan all along with this, and especially going into it full time. So with that, I want to take you guys along with the process, and every time we do a flip project, make a video or two at least on it and talk about the financial end of it and, you know, the car itself and the plan and everything. Because not only is it cool because, you know, we love cars, but from a business perspective and everything, it's fun to nerd out over. I was actually a business major in college. I went for business administration with a marketing and social media concentration, and I left to do this. So let's see if we can make it work. But anyways, every time I do one of these flip projects, when we do sell it, I want to go through and, you know, talk about the financial end. Did I make money? Did I not make money? You know, was it successful in the flip aspect of things? Project Vert was not as much that, like, I did plan to not own it forever, but it kind of was special to me. It was kind of a special car that we bought, and, you know, I wanted to enjoy it over summer. It ended up having way more issues than I originally thought. I ended up having it here way longer than I hoped, even though I knew it was going to be here a little longer than a normal flip car would be, but we still flipped it. That's what we're going to talk about now. I ended up having the car for about 5 months, which I originally hoped to only have it for like maybe two to three, depending on how everything worked out. So the big loss that we took here was time. Even though I was able to make a ton of videos on it and use it for content, which was awesome, it did cost us some time. But usually, normally a flip car, I won't make too many videos on. You might see 2 to 3, maybe 4. It depends on what all we do with it, but I don't plan to use them as, you know, my content cars. That's my personal projects will always be the cars that are started here on the channel. Anyways, rant aside, I have everything laid out here in an Excel sheet, and we're going to talk about everything. We're going to go through every single little thing, and then we'll see exactly what profit we made. Pretty interesting. So as you guys know, we bought the car itself for 500 bucks. That was an absolute steal, but the car had a lot of issues. It had the issues with the timing. Basically, the timing gears were messed up because the previous owner had an overheating issue. It decided to take the water pump apart, and when they started to get the timing apart, they realized it was way too big of a job for them to tackle. They threw it all back together. When they started it back up, they didn't tighten the timing gears down correctly, and that caused one of the pins on the end of the cams to snap off, and then it would not stay in time. So they parked it, gave up, and then I came and scooped it up for a good price. So we got it for $500. As soon as I got it home, it needed a battery because the old one was absolute trash. So I ended up spending about $140, that's estimated because I couldn't find the receipt, on a new battery at Napa with a warranty and everything. Really good battery. That's not gonna go bad. From there, I went ahead and bought a timing kit for it, and I also bought the little pin as well, all from rockauto.com. I got that all for about 124 bucks. We also put new tie rods on it because one of the outer tie rod ends was really bad, and they were all just not in the best of shape. That totaled about 77 bucks. We also put all new motor mounts in it, new middle motor mount and the upper and lower like torque strut motor mount things. That totaled only about 32 bucks. I got a good deal on Rock Auto for them. We also had that issue with the brake caliper sticking, so I got a new seal kit and cleaned it all out, and that only cost me about $18, $19, and that includes the fluid and everything too. And then this last week, as you guys just saw in some of the footage, I ended up taking it to get it aligned and get the inspection sticker done, and also they threw a new tire on it, and they checked everything over, fixed some of the valve stems that were leaking, and they gave the car the once over and gave it the thumbs up over there, which was really awesome. But that bill totaled about 245 bucks, which kind of hurt a little bit, but it was good for the peace of mind and just getting all that stuff done. Now having a fresh tire on it, because that one was worn really weirdly, wanted to make sure it was 100% for the new owners, and I am very confident now that it's going to be awesome for them. Then we have another 30 here that's estimated for the oil change that I just recently did, as well as the radiator cap that I threw on it. I just realized there is a bill for a thermostat that I forgot. We're gonna guess that was like 5 or 10 bucks. We'll say, like, I don't know. Also the oil pressure sensor switch, something else I forgot here. So we'll put an extra 20 on for those. Pretty estimated here because I couldn't find all of my records, but we just want to get a basic idea of our total profit and everything. So I might have missed a thing or two, so we're gonna say this is estimated for sure, but I sold the car for $2,600. I probably could have got more. I know I could have gotten more for it. You know, I was ready to sell. I knew that this was the perfect buyer for it, perfect home for it. And that was a big thing for me with this car. I knew it was the wrong time of year to try to sell that car as well, so I was willing to let it go for a little bit more than probably what it was worth. Carfax valued it at like $3,000 to $3,200. record. So I spent approximately $1,187 total on that car with all the parts and everything and all that fun stuff, you know. Like I said, the big loss would be the time that we spent on it and the time that it was here that it shouldn't have been. Would have been nice if it was a quicker flip, but it was a lot of fun while it was here. I learned, like I said earlier, so much from that car, so I'm not gonna talk too much crap down on that. But you subtract those two and it makes for a total profit of about $1,412. So I profited, give or take, you know, $1,400-1,500, which I am extremely happy with. I'd say that was really good. Anything close to 1,000 is usually what I would consider good on any sub, maybe $10,000 car. If you profit $1,000, you usually did pretty good. We done good. This has been, like I said, a really fun project. I learned so incredibly much from having that car here and working on it, and all of the issues that we had, all the issues with the bubbling and the overheating, all the advice I got from you guys, which, you know, shout out to you guys, and all the awesome videos we were able to make with that car, all the fun I was able to have. I'd always kind of wanted to own a convertible one of those cars, even though I was never like a big fan of them. I always wanted to give one a shot, and I was finally able to, and it was super fun, super unique experience to drive that thing, and the new owners absolutely love it. So that being said, guys, that brings Project Vert to an end. We have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work on the other cars to get done this week. Got some big stuff to come, and we got another flip project to find, because you already know I'm gonna be right out there finding another little project for us to get done here. And my goal this time is maybe invest a little bit more and find something that is not in as terrible a shape, but something that needs a little bit of TLC that we're able to give it and have some fun with, and hopefully turn a decent profit off it. We shall see, but something that'll definitely be here for less time. Anyways, guys, again, I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Hit the thumbs up if you did, and hit the thumbs up button, you know what, if you enjoyed the whole Project Vert series, because honestly, absolutely loved it. I'm so glad that we were able to take that car on, and now that it's finally gone, I'm super excited that we did it, and that I was able to learn everything, and that we were able to make those videos. I have some interesting ideas, but you guys are gonna have to wait to see that. Leave your suggestions in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys have to say, but that being said, it is 10:38 p.m. and I am really tired, and I have a lot of editing to do to get this video out ahead for you guys. So without further ado, I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. God bless, and peace out.